That looks like the remains of some sort of furnace, I guess. 100, 200, I don't know how old that is. But the first half mile, at least, of Slippery Rock Creek is worthless in my mind. Muddy bottom, sedimentary, so you can't see, and exactly like the parts of Wolf Creek where there's no smallmouth fishing at all. So, obviously I can be using the wrong lure, but not promising so far. Occasionally I'll see those in Wolf Creek. Very few. I've seen about 10 so far today. I wish I knew. I've never looked up what they are, freshwater mussels or what. They seem too big. It's weird. I think of this as like the ocean, not a creek. Bald eagle here. That's at least one exciting thing, given how non-existent the fishing is so far. He flew upstream. Hopefully I'll see him again. I don't know if it's just because somewhere upstream it rained and it's muddy, or if it's the part of the creek. I know there's a mine nearby. I heard the boom. Maybe they're depositing junk in here. But I would not fish here again. Not good. My first bite by that rock somewhere. A couple casts there, but I'll try a few more times as a result. I don't know if this is the wrong pattern. I don't know if this is the natural color of the water here and you just have to learn to fish in muddy water, which I don't do in Wolf Creek. I'll keep throwing this in for a few minutes. Felt like something good, but probably just a chub hitting it hard. First fish in Slippery Rock Creek, believe it or not, hits a spoon that they never hit over in Wolf Creek. Only trout eat it. But I'm happy to have it, and maybe this is indicative that I need shinier things. I'll try a few more casts with this. The hummingbird was just hovering over in the light near that tree. Amazing how beautiful they are and how they fly. It makes everything prettier. It's finally rockier. Beautiful rocks. A little different looking than Wolf Creek. And then that. Tree, it gets muddy or deep. In the middle it's shallow, but I think there are two deep areas. This is such a carp area. I haven't seen any yet, but I feel like I'm wasting my time, but I've got to try it, I guess. Who knows, maybe there's some monster smallmouth that likes muddy water with deep and muddy bottoms, or muddy rocks on the bottom. That was. I don't think that was a fish. I think I hit the mud. Yeah, this feels like catfish or carp would be here. Not trout or smallmouth, but oh well. Let's see how bad it is up there. This is quite a bend. If it weren't so muddy, this would be a fantastic spot. Who knows how deep it is there? Probably much deeper than I'd like. Huge log jam there. I guess I'll try fishing here a little bit, and then I'll have to go all the way around and come back on the other side. Surely there are carp here. Hoping I see some kind of a fish come to the surface just so I can know it's worth fishing here. Backhand it is. Ooh. Is that a rock bass? Oh, smallmouth. All right. It's weird. They'll take this spoon here. Oh, weird. Cool. Can you see the crayfish in its mouth? Wow. I'm gonna get the... I'll get you, buddy. And ordinarily I don't like throwing them at all, but where I am, unless it's a true lunker, I'm tossing him back in. I mean a 2-pounder or so. That's the first time I've seen a crayfish, like the back end of it, in a smallmouth gullet. This branch in front of me is going to be problematic if I end up with a big one bulling his way around. Ooh, wow! Yeah, I'm going to have to move down to the edge. Hi, Mr. Largemouth. Or, yeah, you're a largemouth. My goodness, buddy. You and your brother. Well, let's hope I can keep catching them and that they're progressively bigger. I'm going to take a chance and toss it right over here. Since presumably the biggest fish are usually hiding under logs like that and come out to hit things if it happens to come right by them. I've been to too many holes. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was close. There, let me turn this off. Saw smallies come hit at it. Let's see if I get another chance. I don't know if they were huge or just reasonable, but you would expect at least reasonable here. Of course, what I'm dreaming of is a 3-pounder here. A smallmouth that pulls a line out of this rod or this reel. Ooh. Oh, a little guy. Just a little guy. Although it's way too muddy for me and deep to see the carp, this is exactly the types of pools where carp live. So if I had the time, I would think I could catch one here. And for as well as that crayfish lure works on Wolf Creek, I haven't gotten a hit with that. I've got all my fish on this spoon. I think it's not the spoon, I think it's the shininess. But I should give the other one a try. Not having seen where a friend of my wife's sister lost her husband in Slippery Rock Creek, I only have to suspect that it's like Wolf Creek or right here, where if you're here in the spring and it's 5 feet higher and all this brush is, if you got caught down in that brush, it might indeed be impossible to get out. I want a 3-pound smallmouth for my trip. Only a 3-pound smallmouth will do. That's my theme song for Slippery Rock Creek, I guess, really. If I'm going to come here, someplace I'm not familiar with whatsoever, never been here at all, I have to admit I'm apprehensive, since I hate water that I can't see the bottom of, even though I could easily swim in this. Yeah, looks, they won't hit this thing, but they will hit that spoon. One more cast and I gotta move on. Alright. Close to apparently what's called the Slippery Rock Gorge area, natural area. It's so muddy I can't tell if this is 10 feet deep here or 5 or 6. It certainly looks deep, and yet, of course, not a bite. And that's the gravel pit, or some conveyor belt for them, along with the noise. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see once I get up there. This might be worth casting some corn out, since I think I'm doing well on time. 3 bites and I've missed them all here. Ah. There we go. There we go. That's a wolf. That's as big as the trout I've caught in Wolf Creek. I think that's what's been hitting this. Beautiful fish. You see, kiddos? That's well over a... Keep you in the water. Yeah, you've got some good prickers. Look at that. All right. All right, that's a fish worth catching here, or worth coming here for. Hopefully there will be more of that. I've caught enough trout in the last few years to know the difference between a trout fighting and a smallmouth, generally speaking. Oh, little chub. All right, I'll turn it off until I catch something again. Another trout. I had him halfway here. Finally, I found something that's, I think, different than Wolf Creek in that even if this ends after this, there are a lot of trout here and they're biting. Though I missed my chance at trout, I mean more than that one. A couple bites back there in addition. I don't know what's in here, if anything. But there ought to be some small, like largemouth bass at least. There's a rope swing. This is a nice deep hole and it's moving fast, so I can't see any of the fish here, but there are absolutely fish. We'll see if I actually catch any. So far, no bites. Those rocks over there are pretty, not to mention should be something good by them. Trout just came up for it about 8 feet away. Had it for a second and I lost him. First time I think I've got anything with the crayfish today. I guess I should keep trying. Finally got something. A nice smallmouth. Nice one. I was hoping it was a really big trout given how heavy he felt. That's smallmouth's nature. No lunker. Still fun, especially here. I'm in the gorge area and this is clearly not a place that I normally would get big smallmouth or expect them or trout. Looks like it's all sandy, murky. I did see a fish jump. I don't know. And here, see that deer, that doe looking at me? She literally spooked. Right there. I was standing right where my rod is. I was standing here and she came out of there. That's cool. I hate going through areas like this. I came way afar from the creek. This is much nicer. Deer trails. Looks like civilization up to the right. I don't see any buildings, but a clearing. And the creek is just one long, like Florida Everglades. I'm not even trying there. I can't stand next to it. I just need to somehow get past it. If I could see carp in there, that would confirm. I'm sure there must be tons of them. But I already wasted 30 minutes or 10, 15 minutes. Looks like I've come back to the creek. But I have a long way to go before it gets away from what it was. Now, one big, muddy, long pond that's, who knows if that's 5 or 10 feet deep or 3 or 20. I can't wade in that. But if I could see, looks like on the other side there are some spots. I picked the wrong side this time. The other side is more what I would expect. If I could only see confirmation of carp, I'd happily come down and spend some time here though. Gotta be big ones. Flowers sure are pretty. I have no idea where I am. I'm cutting down along this field and then I'll cut back into the creek. I see power lines, so there was supposed to be a bridge here quite soon. I would believe that must be the road. And if the creek is nothing but one long pond, then I'm done for the day. It would be interesting to know if anybody fishes here in this. Yeah, I hear cars, so. Alright. Although that sounds like it was on the other side of the creek. Just took off. They're unmistakable. I'm used to seeing them in Massachusetts. Although that's two stumps, or two, tree split on the way up. The willow, that's massive. That must be 6 feet or, 6 feet across. Wow, impressive. This is Crestview Road. I was out near Camp Crestview. I walked through a blast area inadvertently. Thankfully they were not blasting at the mine there, but glad to be back on a road.